Alright, big news from the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. South Africa just absolutely dominated defending champs India, snagging a massive 76-run victory in their opening Super 8 game. This huge clash went down on February 22, 2026, right there at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. And get this, that loss officially snapped India's incredible 12-match winning streak in T20 World Cups. Ouch. Now, as co-hosts alongside Sri Lanka, India actually automatically qualified for this 10th T20 World Cup, which is running from February 7 to March 8, 2026, with 20 international teams battling it out. This loss really cranks up the pressure on India's campaign. They absolutely have to win their upcoming Super 8 games against Zimbabwe and the West Indies if they want to keep their semi-final dreams alive. South Africa, who were actually runners-up in the 2024 T20 World Cup, just made a huge statement with this performance. It really shows they're serious about finally snagging their first T20 World Cup title. This Super 8 stage, with teams split into two groups of 4, is a massive deal. Only the top 2 from each group will move on to the semifinals. Alright, so on February 22, in a big Super 8 clash, South Africa really put on a show with the bat, setting a massive total of 187 runs for 7 wickets. Veteran David Miller was absolutely brilliant, smashing 63 off just 35 balls. And the young guns really stepped up too. Dewald Brevis chipped in with 45, while Tristan Stubbs stayed unbeaten on a quick-fire 44. But when it was India's turn to bat, their chase just completely fell apart. They ended up getting bundled out for a mere 111 runs in only 18.5 overs. The South African bowlers were just dominant. Marco Jansen led, grabbing an incredible 4 wickets for just 22 runs, and the spin wizard, Keshav Maharaj, was right there with him, picking up 3 crucial wickets for 24. India's batters just couldn't get any momentum going, struggling big time to form any decent partnerships as the Proteas kept piling on the pressure. For India, Jasprit Bumrah was a standout, bowling brilliantly to grab 3 wickets for just 15 runs, and Arshdeep Singh also chipped in with 2. This wasn't just a big win for South Africa, giving them some vital points in the Super 8s. It was also a sweet taste of revenge after losing to India in that 2024 T20 World Cup final. Alright, let's talk about South Africa in this 2026 T20 World Cup. They're really building on their awesome run from the 2024 edition, where they made it all the way to the final before India got the better of them. The Proteas, with Aiden Markram leading the charge, have put together a seriously well-balanced squad that's just tailor-made for T20 cricket. Up front, their pace attack is absolutely lethal, spearheaded by the formidable duo of Kagiso Rabada and Anrich Nortje. Plus, they've got Marco Jansen and Lungi Ngidi in there, adding some serious depth and different options. Their batting lineup? It's stacked with explosive players like Quinton David Miller, guys who are total match winners and can change a game in an instant. And then you've got exciting young talents like Dewald Brevis, who's bringing that youthful energy and some seriously aggressive hitting to the squad. Now, they've had a few injury headaches, with Tony de Zorzi and Donovan Ferreira sidelined. But Ryan Rickleton and Tristan Stubbs have stepped right in, so honestly, their squad is still looking rock solid. You can really feel South Africa's determination to finally snag their first ever men's T20 World Cup title. It's clear in their aggressive, yet super disciplined style of play, especially after that big win against India recently. As the defending champions from the 2024 T20 World Cup, India definitely came into the 2026 tournament with huge expectations, even more so as a co-host. But their opening Super 8 loss to South Africa has definitely made their road to the semi-finals a whole lot tougher. Suryakumar Yadav is leading the Indian squad this time around, with key players like Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah, alongside a good mix of experienced hands and exciting new talents like Tilak Varma and Arshdeep Singh. It's also worth remembering that cricketing legends Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma called time on their T20I careers after India's 2024 win, so they're not with the squad now. So, India's strategy for these next Super 8 matches, against Zimbabwe and the West Indies, is absolutely critical. They absolutely have to win both those games and maintain a healthy net run rate if they want to make it through. The team's collective experience, especially when it comes to handling high-pressure situations, is going to be vital for them to overcome this early setback. And with that home advantage and incredible crowd support, it's expected to play a huge role as India tries to defend its title on familiar pitches and conditions. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026, which kicked off on February 7 and is set to wrap up on March 8, is really heating up now with the Super 8 stage matches. This year's tournament is bigger than ever, with 20 teams battling it out in 55 matches across India and Sri Lanka, making for a really diverse and competitive scene. The Super 8s right now are absolutely crucial, as teams are all fighting to grab those top 2 spots in their groups and make it to the semi-finals. And speaking of rivalries, the one between India and South Africa is a huge story, especially with their recent Super 8 clash just adding another wild chapter to their long-standing competitive history. All around the world, fans are glued to every match, eagerly waiting for those potential rematches and epic knockout stage showdowns. And thanks to broadcasting partners like Geo Cinema and Star Sports, you can catch all the extensive live coverage, making sure cricket enthusiasts everywhere don't miss a single moment of the action. Getting to the final isn't easy. It takes consistent, top-notch performance, smart tactical play, and, of course, the ability to deliver when the pressure is absolutely on. As we get closer to the knockout stage, the stakes just keep getting higher and higher, promising a truly electrifying finish to the 2026 T20 World Cup.